Three men set off on a kayaking expedition through one of the most dangerous rivers on Earth, the Lukuga River in the Congo. All three knew the risks, but this was their dream, to map untouched waters in the heart of Africa. This wasn't just any kayaking trip, it was a first-of-its-kind journey, starting from the source of the White Nile and moving into the Congo. The team also aimed to document unexplored whitewater and highlight the clean water crisis in Central Africa. Hendri Coetzee was the leader, a 35-year-old legend in the kayaking world. He'd already made history in 2004 by leading a source-to-sea expedition down the Nile River, covering over 6,700 kilometers to raise awareness for humanitarian issues. Hendri was known for his fearless yet calculated approach, living in Uganda and guiding adventurers through some of Africa's most dangerous waters. Chris and Ben, both from the US, were no strangers to extreme kayaking either. They tackled waterfalls in Brazil, rivers in the Himalayas, and more. They met Hendri in Uganda, where he taught them the ropes of African kayaking, how to tap their boats to scare off wildlife, avoid eddies where hippos lurk, and steer clear of riverbanks where crocodiles sun themselves. To understand this story, let's talk about the Congo River system, one of the most dangerous and biodiverse regions on Earth. The Democratic Republic of the Congo is home to the second largest rainforest in the world, and its rivers, like the Lukuga, are vital lifelines cutting through dense jungles. The Congo River Basin spans over 1.5 million square miles, and its waters are teeming with life and danger. The Lukuga River is a hotspot for wildlife. It's home to some of the world's most formidable predators, and the kayakers knew they were in risky territory. For example, Nile crocodiles are among the largest reptiles on Earth, growing up to 20 feet and weighing over 2,000 pounds. They're ambush predators, lying in wait just below the water's surface, with only their eyes and nostrils visible. Their attacks are lightning fast. They explode from the water, using powerful jaws to clamp onto prey and drag it under. Once submerged, they perform a role to disorient and drown their target. Hippos are another major threat in the Congo's rivers. Despite their vegetarian diet, they're responsible for more human in Africa than almost any other animal. Hippos are fiercely territorial, especially in water, and can charge at speeds up to 20 miles per hour. They attack by ramming boats or biting with their massive canines, which can grow up to 20 inches. The kayaker's tight formation was designed to avoid triggering hippo aggression, but a startled hippo could easily capsize a kayak. The Lukuga's banks are home to venomous snakes like the Gaboon viper, whose bite can kill in hours if untreated. Leopards and forest elephants also roam nearby, though they're less likely to attack in water. The river itself hosts electric fish and Goliath tigerfish, which have razor-sharp teeth but pose less risk to humans than crocs. Why is the Congo so dangerous? Its remoteness means limited access to help. Villages are sparse, and medical facilities are often days away. The Lukuga's murky waters hide predators, and its fast currents make escapes difficult. The kayakers were well prepared, but as Hendri's blog once noted, Africa does not suffer fools. Nature here demands respect. The team had already covered 1,000 miles, navigating through jungles and past wildlife like monkeys, exotic birds, and even a 12-foot crocodile. But nothing could prepare them for what happened on December 7th, 2010. It was a rainy day on the Lukuga River, and the team had just finished a grueling 30-mile stretch of whitewater. They were now on a quieter, 100-foot wide section, paddling in sync. Hendri in the center, Ben slightly ahead on the left, and Chris just behind on the right. The group stayed close, their paddle blades nearly touching, a strategy to deter hippos and crocodiles. Earlier that day, they'd spotted a few small 3-foot crocodiles, but nothing alarming. Then, in an instant, everything changed. Chris Korbulic later told the Associated Press, "I glanced over to measure that we were not paddling towards or away from each other, and just in my periphery, I saw the crocodile come out of the water, and he got onto Hendri's left side, just the left shoulder with its mouth. The crocodile, estimated by villagers to be 15 feet long and up to 2 tons, struck without warning. It capsized Hendri's red kayak and pulled him underwater. Ben and Chris watched in horror as the kayak shook for about 20 seconds while the crocodile wrenched Hendri from the tight cockpit. There was no time to react. Hendri shouted, 'Oh my God!' and then he was gone, dragged beneath the green water. The attack was so sudden that Ben and Chris could only paddle for their lives to a village less than a mile downstream. When they arrived, shaken and devastated, they caught Hendri's kayak as it floated by, bizarrely without a single scratch. Hendri's body was never found, and he is presumed gone forever. The moment was captured on camera by Ben and Chris, who were documenting the expedition. Parts of this footage were later used in the 2013 National Geographic documentary Man-Eater of the Congo, though the exact moment of the attack wasn't shown out of respect. In the documentary, you can see Ben and Chris, visibly shaken, radioing for help. Ben's voice cracks as he says, "This is Ben. Can you hear me? We've had a terrible accident here. Hendri just got taken by a crocodile." The villagers confirmed that the Lukuga River had become almost impossible to travel on, and that the crocodiles have acquired a taste for humans. The Congo's beauty and danger go hand in hand, and even the most prepared can fall to nature's power. This story isn't just about a tragedy. It's about the courage to explore and the need to respect the untamed world. What are your thoughts on this story? Have you ever encountered dangerous wildlife or been in a place like the Congo? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If this video gripped you, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who loves adventure stories. Subscribe subscribe and hit the bell for more true stories like this.